For years now, I've been doing this stream all wrong. I have been using this to game with and to stream with as a single streamer setup. So this week I got myself a serious upgrade. I've got myself an MSI MEG Infinite X 11th generation, and me and you are going to take a look at it together. I'm Reactor Raptor, and this is Raptor Reviews. So this week, folks, I decided no more, this madness had to end, and I have managed to get myself a brand new PC. This has come pre-built from Curry's PC World, and we're going to take a look at the specs in just a second, but first we're going to take a look at just how sweet it is inside the case. So now that she's given you a little bit of a striptease about what her insides look like, let's have a little chat about what her performance is like. So she's equipped with an i9 processor, the 11th generation. I don't know the clock speeds off the top of my head, I need to Google them, I'm not sure. I will put them down below, you'll be able to see them coming up on the screen in a second. She also comes with 32 gig of RAM, 2 terabytes hard drive, which is split into 2 separate solid state drives, 1 terabyte each. And finally, her crowning glory is an RTX 3070 Ti NVIDIA graphics card. So she's very much top of the line. I got her from Curry's PC World, and she set me back £2,599, which for what she's got inside her is actually really good. So it's a good. She's a good all-rounder. So now we've had a look at the components. Let's have a little bit of a chat about the cooling system. Okay, so that cooling system that you can see there is MSI's silent cooling system. The cooling block is a liquid block. It's a water-cooled, well, a liquid-cooled core, which keeps your processor nice and cool. And she's actually split into 3 separate zones, which is really cool. So up here, you've got your fans, which you can probably just about see at the back, around there. You've got your 2 sets of fans, which keep this top side cool, and the liquid processor as well. You've also got cooling running through the centre here for the motherboard and the other various components, and then for the power supply and the hard drives at the bottom, it's got a separate component. The theory is that all these components are set into different sections of the case, and therefore each section manages its own cooling, and it does actually keep the processor quite cool, as you can see from these specs. So, now that we've seen all that good stuff, let's have a look at how she actually handles out in the field. Here's some footage that I put together earlier from Warzone that'll show you just how she runs on various different settings. Okay then guys, so here we are in Call of Duty Warzone. So I'm just going to tinker with some of the settings. It's still installing some of the packs, so we'll make sure that we get the maximum on that before we start. But just so you can see what I'm going with here. So we'll go to graphics. I'm not going to mess with pretty much any of the other settings. I'm just going to have a look. So we've got pretty much everything. So we're going to try it on 60 FPS, target frame rate. We'll leave that the way it is. You see, it's actually showing me there's still some space to go here, which is cool. Apply, so quality. So the one thing I am going to change is I'm going to try out the 120 field of view that I've actually never tried before. I'm going to pull that up. We've got everything on high here. This is all what it's put in automatically for me as well, which is cool. So it's already put everything pretty much on max. Ray tracing's disabled, but see, and that's where we're going to start taking it over. So we'll leave that one off. And with that, I think we're ready to jump in. I'm actually going to play the training because it'll probably give me a more accurate idea of what's going on with the graphics and the graphics card and things like that. In a nice controlled environment. Okay, so for some reason I cannot get the controller working for some reason. Apparently it's a bug in Warzone, so you get to see my terrible shooting in with a keyboard and mouse. But just looking around, I mean, it's looking pretty damn fine. It seems to have a good, nice fluid movement. But the texture's looking brilliant. I mean, there's some good detail on that. Okay, and so now that we've tried it in the training, it's time to come into a live game just to see if anything changes. But it all looks pretty good so far. Oh, leave me be. But now it's a little bit quieter, you can really see
enemy soldier nearby.
Just how well it's doing.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
And all the lighting effects here as well, so coming into here, you can really see all the reflections and all the lighting. And just how nice all that looks, and then just changing and going into this, and look at this, all of this here. I don't think that's actually ray tracing. But it still looks good. And there you have it, folks. That is Warzone on this setup. And one of the coolest things about that, which it isn't even the gaming, one of the coolest things for me, personally, about this computer is just this beautiful lighting setup. Like this front strip, for example, where the light is, whatever light you set there is shining through. You can also set it on settings that are affected by the audio, so it can pulse with the audio. It's also got a really cool feature called ambient link. And ambient link means that it can tap into your actual game and pick up the ambient lighting from your game, as well as tapping into things like Philips Hue and Nano Leaf, so that you can keep your entire setup all colour-coded, which is all good stuff for me. I'm a little bit OCD about my colours. She also comes with this beautiful tempered glass side as well, which you can see does have a little gap down here to allow for further cooling as well. However, if the light setup isn't for you and you're more interested in just having a clean look, you can get an extra side that goes on that actually comes with the computer. And it was built for the vertical graphics cards that used to be in the last version, but they've now gone back to the horizontal graphics cards. But and it just has a little window on the side, and the rest is all black. So if you're more into that kind of basic kind of look, then you're covered there as well. So, how about connectivity? What can we connect her to? So she comes with 6 USBs. 2 of those are high-speed USBs. We've got 2 USB 3s and 2 USB 2.2s as well, so 6 in total. And then on top of that, you've also got your 2 USB-Cs as well, one on the front here and one round the back. You also got your standard microphone and headphone jacks on the front there. And on the back, in terms of graphics, which is a fantastic thing for me to switch over to because I've had such a headache with it with running a laptop and multiple monitors, is there's actually 4 display ports at the back, 1 HDMI, and then directly on the motherboard you've got your display port and your HDMI as well. So you've got fantastic potential there for hooking up all those different monitors and being able to see exactly what's going on. Flight Simulator could look beautiful on this thing. That's me out, guys, because I can't wait to get back onto it and start recording some new stuff to share with you. Got some great videos coming up, I've got some great surprises coming up, a particularly big one in October, something I've done before is making a return, something that was quite popular on the channel before. Can't wait to bring all of that to you. Also, you can catch me on Twitch as well, doing live streams and doing a few coding things over there as well. But until next time, guys, I'm going to be back in the next video. And why I'm going to be back? Because gamers never die, they just evolve. See you next time, guys.